Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to anyone who's new here. My name is Undetectable. I am a registered nurse by profession and I'm on YouTube to document my life as a nurse in South Africa. But every Thursday we sit like this and I empower you with knowledge concerning sexually transmitted infections, and that includes HIV. And today we are here to talk about a very important topic. And yes, I just don't want us to waste any time, guys. Let's get into it. But I want us to talk about something that is very important, and that is why you should be consistent in taking your ARVs. Number one, if you are already living with HIV, why you shouldn't get tired, and also why you should start ARVs if you are a newly diagnosed who is unsure about starting ARVs. Initially in South Africa, before 2016, you would get diagnosed and we would wait as clinicians and doctors. We would wait before we could give you treatment. We would wait for your CD4 count to drop to 350, and if you were pregnant, we would wait for your CD4 count to drop to 500 for us to initiate you on treatment. This was before 2016, and then in 2016 South Africa introduced what we call universal test and treat, and that is where patients were walking into our clinics or hospitals and would test them for HIV, and if they were found HIV positive, we would immediately give or offer treatment. And of course, there were diseases that we had to rule out before we could offer one treatment. Diseases such as TB, right? And as time progresses, we did what we call same-day initiation. We test you today and we initiate you on ART today if you are ready, and if your body is also ready, like in terms of you don't have any other opportunistic infections such as TB, we would then initiate you on treatment immediately, regardless of your CD4 count, regardless if you're pregnant or not. We would initiate you on treatment. This happened after 2016, which was the same day initiation policy, right? What I picked up in 2016, I was doing ComServe. It was my first year completion from nursing school, so I had completed in 2015 and it was my first year of working, and that was when the implementation of UTT started, like universal test and treat. What I picked up then was that at times individuals were initiated on treatment without being psychologically ready. Particularly back in those days, being diagnosed with HIV was a little bit not an easy thing to just accept as it is now. Even now, it's not like completely an easy thing to accept, but I think over the years people have gradually grasped bits and pieces of information about the virus, and that makes a lot of the population to be more receptive to starting their ARVs than back in the days, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make. So what I picked up back in those days, like 2016, 17, it's that people were initiated on ART without being psychologically ready. I mean, if you're going to be initiated on treatment and you're not ready to take that treatment, chances are you're not going to come back for your next visit, right? So I am here to make a video to talk to the people that are either newly diagnosed, like you just found out that you're HIV positive, or people that were on treatment and they defaulted, they stopped taking their medications, they no longer go to the clinic. I am also here to talk to someone who is consistent on taking their treatment, but they just feel like, I'm tired of doing this. We call that pill fatigue. I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of taking treatment, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm here to talk to those people, to share with you why it is important for you to take your treatment, for you to start taking treatment if you haven't started yet, for you to go back to the clinic and request to be put back on your treatment if you are someone that has defaulted. And I know that you're probably scared what the nurses are gonna say and all those things, like what will the doctor say. You might not be treated well, or you might not get the warmest welcome in the consulting rooms when you go back to ask them to put you back on treatment. But this is the reason why you need to go back. And I'm going to be using what we call bulk bottles. This is a demonstration kit that shows what HIV does to your body if you do not take your treatment. So yeah, let us unbox this beautiful pack, guys. In here we have an information sheet, but I don't think I'm going to need this because I already know this by heart, and I want us to pay attention and focus. Today I'm going to be doing the demonstration using the bulk bottles. The bulk bottles consist of these 3 bottles. They have beads inside. You can see that it's black beads, it's red beads, and it's also black and red beads on this side. So I'm going to talk about 1 bottle at a go, right? This person that you see here, you can see that the bottle has like red beads more than it has the black beads. You can see the black beads there, but the beads that are dominating in this bottle are actually the red beads. The red beads are a representation of HIV in your blood, and the black beads are a representation of your CD4 count, right? So this particular individual, this is someone that just got tested today. This is basically what your system looks like. Your system is filled with HIV, and HIV continues to destroy your CD4 count. The red beads are the virus, and the black beads are your CD4 count. Basically, your CD4 count is amajoni wakho womzimba, or masole ahawu amile, like your immune system, what fights for you when you are not feeling well. Like when your body is being invaded by either a bacteria or a virus, your CD4 count basically is part of the things that fights for you. And what HIV does, it destroys the CD4 count to help itself multiply. So this is a picture of someone that doesn't take treatment, someone who hasn't started treatment, someone who maybe did start treatment but they stopped taking it. This is what your body looks like. Your CD4 count is slowly but surely, not even slowly, but your CD4 count is progressively dying while the virus multiplies itself in your body. And here we see a person who has quite a couple of black beads and also a couple of red beads, right? You can see that this person has red beads, at the same time this person has black beads. This is someone that has started their treatment and they are taking it well. From the person that I initially showed you guys who hasn't started taking their treatment, now the person has started taking their treatment, and this is what they look like. As you take your treatment, the virus in your body reduces, right? And your CD4 count starts multiplying, it starts growing. So your immune system basically starts becoming stronger, you regain health again, your body is able to fight off infections. Because when a person looks like this person's CD4 count is extremely low, to a point where this person's body is unable to even fight other infections. And that's why you end up having infections such as TB, pneumonia, meningitis. These are the infections that we call opportunistic infections. They see an opportunity that the soldiers of the body are dying and are weak, so they come and attack the body. That's why we call them and that's why we call them opportunistic infections, because they look for an opportunity where CD4 counts are not strong enough to fight them, and then they attack the body, and they are deadly. But with this particular individual, you can see that the CD4 count is growing, and the virus slowly but surely is decreasing compared to the first person that I showed you guys. This person's CD4 count is now regaining strength, meaning this person's body will be able to fight opportunistic infections if they try to enter. With that being said, it means that the duty of the ARVs in your body, they reduce the virus in your body, and they allow the CD4 count to multiply itself. They basically tame down the virus. I always make this example when I'm in my consulting rooms, that if a dog is tied up, like if a dangerous dog, a pit bull, they were trending just a couple of months ago, if a pit bull is tied up in a yard, that pit bull is dangerous, but the mere fact that it has been tied up and locked up, it doesn't pose any threat in the people that are walking in and out of that particular home. But if a pit bull that is dangerous has been unleashed and it roams around the yard or even the neighborhood, it has a great potential of killing and causing harm in human beings, right? So same applies for HIV. That's the example that I make in my consulting rooms, that HIV, when you are taking your treatment, it's like having a pit bull and keeping it under lock and key. It will not harm anyone. It's just going to be there. It doesn't mean that the pit bull is not there. It is there, but it's just not going to harm anyone because it is under lock and key. So that's what our ARVs do. They keep the virus under lock and key so that the virus doesn't go around killing CD4 count. Because if you stop taking your treatment, you are as good as someone who is unleashing the pit bull while there is a party at their house. I mean, it's going to cause a lot of damage to people. It will even kill people. So same applies for the virus. If you leave your treatment, you're basically unleashing the pit bull. You're basically unleashing the virus to start attacking your CD4 count, and it will take you back here. Now, the third individual, it is this person that you guys see here. If you can see, this particular person does have that one red bead, right? But this person has black beads. Remember I said the red bead means HIV and the black beads means CD4 count. Now, what this particular individual looks like, this is someone that is taking their treatment correctly. And this person is now what we call lower than detectable limit when we monitor their viral loads. You guys probably hear us in consulting rooms saying you are lower than detectable limit or you are LDL. Basically what we mean is you still have the virus, it's still there, but it is tamed. Like the pit bull, it is kept under lock and key. It is not unleashed. And with that being said, your CD4 count is able to grow strong and big, and you are as healthy as anybody else. If you were to get TB, you will recuperate from it without you taking a hard knock from TB like this particular individual. It's even not that easy for one to get opportunistic infections when their CD4 count is this strong and this high, when they look this strong, high and healthy. So yeah, the red bead means the HIV is there. So when we're saying you are lower than detectable limit, we don't mean that you don't have HIV anymore, but we are saying the HIV cells in your body, they are very low that we are unable to detect them when we look for them in your blood. They are tamed, they are locked away, they are kept under lock and key so that they don't go around killing your system. This particular person, if it's a male, this person will not be able to transmit the virus to their sexual partner. So if you are lower than detectable, you are taking your treatment very well, then there is a scientifically proven method of HIV prevention that is called U is equals to U, meaning an undetectable viral load is an untransmittable viral load. Meaning if you're a male, you will not be able to transmit your virus to your wife if this is what your system looks like. If you are a female, this means that you will not be able to transmit the virus to your husband or your partner. And also, you will not be able to transmit the virus to your unborn baby if you are pregnant. You will not be able to transmit the virus if you are breastfeeding. This only happens, U is equals to U. Undetectable is equals to untransmittable happens only when you look like this or your system looks like this. So I want us to do a quick recap. This is someone that is newly diagnosed, or someone that has defaulted their treatment, someone that hasn't started their treatment. This person's system is filled with HIV, and HIV is killing this person's soldiers. That's why we see the blood beads are very few, meaning the immune system is very weak, and this person is susceptible to getting opportunistic infections such as TB, meningitis, and pneumonia. This person can get any other infection basically that would worsen their health. This is someone that has started their treatment, and you can see that the virus is slowly but surely decreasing in their system, and their CD4 count, or their soldiers, are growing stronger, bigger, and they are becoming more into the system. This person's system is recuperating, and what we can do is to encourage that the person consistently take their treatment, eat healthy, and use a condom. Let us not forget that. Use a condom. Just because you are on treatment, don't think that, oh, Zanella said if you're taking your treatment, you are unable to transmit it. No. There's a difference between this individual and this individual. This is the individual that is unable to transmit the virus into someone else because they are lower than detectable limit. But this individual is not lower than detectable limit. This individual is someone whom we are still trying to suppress the virus in their system. So here we highly, highly recommend and preach the use of condom. Even if your partner is also HIV positive. If you and your partner both look like this, then it means you both need to use a condom, because we do not want to experience, or you guys to experience, what we call reinfection, where you pour your HIV in your partner and your partner pours their HIV on you. Basically, the treatment will not be able to work because there is what we call reinfection. So when you are in this stage where you've just started treatment, we highly recommend that you use condoms every time, because at this stage you are infectious. Lastly, this is my favorite person, the person that I wish everyone could be, everyone who's living with HIV on treatment could be. My wish and my dream is that everyone living with HIV ends up here, being healthy, being able to be in relationships of discontent where your status is not the same with your partner, but you do not transmit your virus to your partner, where you don't transmit the virus to your child or to your unborn baby, whether you are pregnant or whether you are breastfeeding. This is the individual that, as South Africans, as Africans, we all should be striving to be if we are living with HIV. So with that being said, I am just here to encourage you to go to your nearest clinic, get your HIV test. If the results come back negative, I'm very happy for you. Continue taking care of yourself, use condoms, and routinely get tested. And if the results come back HIV positive, I want you to be calm. I want you to know that there is still life after an infection of HIV. I want you to know that your life is not about to change. All we need to do is to strive for your system to look like this, so that you can live a normal life like everybody else. With that being said, I would like you guys to reach out to me if you have any more questions that you want to ask but you don't want to do it publicly. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. All you have to search is I am NessZ or NessZ, and leave me a DM. I'm definitely going to answer, or you can send me an email at tekisozanele91@gmail.com. You can leave me an email and I will answer. And if you do not mind to leave your questions and your comments, I know I've got a lot of healthcare workers that do watch my channel. If you've got anything that you want to add, please leave it in the comment section down below so that we can continue to educate our audience. With that being said, I'm going to end today's video here, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Mwah.